Hey, hockey fans. Coach Tommy here, and we're going to continue on our step by step guide on how to get your child started in hockey. Today is about investing in equipment. I'll give you a quick outline of the pieces you'll need to set your player up properly. In the future, I'll be making a video about how to properly size all this equipment also, and where to get it, how to save money. We're going to use the Pro Hockey Life website. If you've never been to a Pro Hockey Life and you have one near you, I definitely advise you to check it out because it's amazing. Okay, the first thing you're going to need is a base layer, typically made from dry fit moisture wicking material. This style is great because it has the neck guard built right into it. Pants often will have a jock and garter belt attached to it as well, which is advantageous because you don't have to buy those separately. As you look through, there are lots of options. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on this, but the ones with the built-in jock and the built-in neck guard are really nice because that saves you buying them separately and less easy to forget at home. If you are buying a jock separately, probably the best option would be the shorts style, which you'll see right here. They have the cup and the Velcro built right in so that you don't have to buy a separate garter belt. They're quite comfortable and most players wear something like this. Something to pay close attention to is that boys and girls, it makes a difference what you wear. The structure is the same, except for boys, you're going to be wearing a cup, and for girls, they often are called a jill, but it's the pants and the shorts are structured the exact same. It's just that the pelvic protector inside is shaped completely differently, designed specifically to protect female anatomy. Next up will be shin pads. So if you go on the side here and you can start sorting through, you click on protective, then you go down to shin pads, and we're going to do junior size for all of the sizing from now on. And you click through, and there are a ton of options here as well. If you are a higher level player who's been playing longer, you can invest more. If you're just starting out, there's lots of options on the lower end here. And I really find that the Sherwood brand is doing some really good things at the entry level where they give you a lot of value. Next up is hockey pants you'll need. And again, click on protective, sort through, look for hockey pants. And we're going to go to junior pants, and looking through, like I said, I'm a huge fan of Sherwood for value at the beginner level, but you have lots of options, and there's even girdles. We'll talk about those later, but don't worry so much about style here and color. Just get something that protects you. And we're going to talk in future videos more about sizing, but the big thing really to worry about is that the top of the pants are up around the kidneys and the bottom of the pants land slightly above your kneecaps. Make sure that put them on your son or daughter, have them do a deep squat, knee bend, if they can move around comfortably, and that you have the proper sizing around the waist. They're all very adjustable, but there's a way around having a really small waist like my kids did too. Having a really small waist when you first start out actually often leads to pants falling down, but if you use suspenders, then you don't need to worry about that. They're not going to go anywhere. Next up is skates, and I'm going to be making a full video coming up in depth about what to look for in skates. But the big thing in the beginning is just to get something that's comfortable and supports you. Again, you don't need top-level skates when you first start out, but if you want to invest a little bit more money in skates to make sure that they have proper support, one of the best things you can do is shop the clearance. In clearance, you'll find skates that are brand new, but they have been replaced by the new model, so they're clearing them out to make room. Realistically, the technology doesn't change that much year over year, so you can save a lot of money and buy a better quality skate that way. Okay, we're going to move to upper body. We're going to go to shoulder pads. So click on protective, click on shoulder pads, junior shoulder pads, and again, we have lots of options here. You do not need to be spending $279 for a Tax XF Pro set of shoulder pads at the beginning. I would err on the side of cheaper here. Look at clearance, look at entry-level stuff. Again, my advice earlier of clearance to have better quality from older models definitely applies here. Make sure that the side pads extend down to the elbows and that the shoulder cap sits right over top of the shoulder. Buying them too big, they'll slide around and not protect you properly, and getting too small, they will be constrictive and you won't be able to properly stick handle and shoot. Again, watch for upcoming videos on properly sizing everything. So we'll go back to protective. Now we're going to elbow pads, junior elbow pads. Biggest thing here is that they work in conjunction with your shoulder pads and they cover most of the arm. If you put your glove on and your shoulder pads, the elbow pad covers the remainder of your arm and elbow. The big thing is that they are comfortable. They flex well. Too big and they'll be bulky, you won't be able to move properly. Again, too small, it'll really constrict you. When you're looking at brands, again, I mentioned Sherwood before, they're doing great things at their entry level all across the board. I really like their stuff. Again, I'm not sponsored. I just really like what they're doing at the entry level, and often they'll be on sale at Pro Hockey Life because Pro Hockey Life is owned by Canadian Tire, which also owns Sherwood. Next, we're going again to protective, going to gloves and junior gloves. Gloves is a lot of personal feel. The big thing is what feels good to the player who's using them. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but you don't need top of the line. You just need something that protects you and feels comfortable. Put them on, squeeze your hands, rotate your wrists around, and what feels good. Big thing for fit, put them on, make sure that their fingers are not too short where you can squeeze the end of it and too long that they're poking out. Again, check the sales and the clearance because these CCM gloves are typically 120 marked down to 70, which is a great deal. Next is a small detail, but very important, neck guard. If the base layer that you chose doesn't have one built in, you'll have to buy one separately. And as you go through here, you'll notice there's some that have a little bib around it, and there's some that are just a straight collar that goes around your neck. This is personal preference. It doesn't really matter. It's up to what's comfortable for the person. Just understand that if this is forgotten, a referee will notice and you cannot go on the ice to play. And we saved the most important for last, and that's the helmet. So again, go on to helmets and cages through protective and click on hockey helmets, and you'll notice that you can either buy the helmet on its own or there are often helmet and cage combos that are for sale. Personally, I buy a helmet and cage separately just to make sure that they fit because the cage that comes with that helmet might not fit the face really well of the person who is wearing it. Biggest priority for helmet is that it fits you properly, but personally for me, second is I always go this way. I buy the best helmet that I can afford that fits properly to the person's head. Now, there's always the option of looking somewhere like Facebook Marketplace for used equipment, and it can save you a lot of money. You just need to be really thorough and investigate and take a look at the equipment to make sure that it's not compromised or falling apart or cracked or damaged in any way. Go there, try it on, make sure it fits properly. But yeah, buying secondhand equipment is really smart. Or even better, check out a store like Play It Again Sports that sells used sporting goods, and you know that their employees have checked it out and made sure that it's in good working order. Personally, when my son started, he had quite a bit of used equipment. We came across a garage sale in our neighborhood and they had quite a bit of equipment that fit him, so it worked out perfectly. So that day he got a helmet, gloves, shoulder pads, pants, and shin pads. With new and used equipment, find the balance that fits your budget. Make sure that you like and subscribe for the next step in how to get your child started in hockey.